Hello, what's up guys? Okay, so disclaimer, super vulnerable moment for me and not the welcome back video that I was intending to start with, but I figured may as well lay this all out there. So here's what's going on. I have been absent from YouTube and I could get into all of those reasons, and I'm going to in this video because we've got some time. You're gonna sit here with me while I chat with you about the update and what's been happening while I get ready for my day. This serves a couple of different purposes. Number one, as I just stated, the update. Number two, one of the things that's going on in my life and that's going to happen coming up here is I'm going to start Accutane, which is a very intense medication meant to curb the effects of acne. And as you can see, this is my face. Well, this is what I look like. And this is what I look like all the time right now at age 38, in some way, various shape or form. There is always scarring, and there is always different levels of current breakouts. And I don't mean little zits that are coming up because of wearing masks or because it's my cycle and my time of the month. I mean deep, painful, cystic blemishes that will be with me for anywhere from 3 to 6 months in various stages of healing. So these are flat and these are scars, and at some point these looked like this guy right here. These are in various stages of healing, and at some point these looked like this guy right here, which is very fresh and came up about 2 or 3 days ago and will be with me for 3 to 6 months. So one of the things that a lot of folks say in my life, because I'm very transparent when I tell them I'm going on acne, is you don't look like you need to go on acne, or go on Accutane rather. You don't look like you have acne. And I'll say that's because, not necessarily by choice, I never intended, oh, they're the puppers. I never intended to be good at makeup, or I never intended to care about makeup or beauty routines or skincare routines, but I've gotten pretty good at it. I've gotten pretty good at looking like I'm not wearing makeup or looking like my skin has a good even tone. Can't do much about the texture. It is what it is, but I've gotten pretty good at it. So as we talk about an update and as I jump off this cliff of filming my first video in weeks and just starting to get back into the routine of that, you're gonna get ready with me. It's gonna be strange, again, really vulnerable. This doesn't feel great for me, but let's freaking do it. As I'm filming this, March 15th, one of the reasons I had to wait to start Accutane is because my tattoo artist, Dia Moeller, finished this beautiful piece on my back, and we had to wait. I was really bummed because we had a plan in place to finish my tattoo in January. We've been doing multiple sessions since November. We did a session in November, December, and the last one was going to be in January. And then you let that heal for a little bit, and then you can start Accutane. Reason being is Accutane makes your skin incredibly sensitive to every type of damage imaginable. Sun damage and physical damage and healing and repair. So you can't get a tattoo while you're on Accutane, and you want to make sure you're completely healed from your tattoo before starting Accutane. And so I'm just putting on a little primer. The first thing it does is neutralize red by using a slightly green tint that then settles into a natural skin tone. You don't want to rub this one in too much because it tends to pill. This is the type of shit I know now. Watch the piercings. So I had this plan in place. We were going to start around the first of the year. I have a wonderful dermatologist. Hello, Tabitha. Also one of my besties. And then what happens when you have a great plan? Life. COVID. So that's what happened in January. All these plans that I had, all the timing that had to be exact, you know, scheduling this tattoo months in advance, having multiple sittings for your tattoo, having those planned months in advance, all these different appointments and all these different people and players that you had to coordinate with. Sorry, nice try. COVID has other plans. So I got COVID in mid-January. I was so incredibly grateful that thanks to the vaccine, I did not, and also thanks to the fact that it was Omicron, I did not have a serious physical case. I had one bad day, that was on a Friday. I tested positive on Thursday. I had one bad day, and that was a Friday. I felt like I got hit by a truck. My skin hurt, my eyeballs hurt, all my muscles hurt. I made it from the couch to the bed, to the couch to the bed. That was my day. I had no appetite. I still was able to smell and taste, but considering I'm a lifelong eater and foodie, having no appetite was definitely a first for me. So that was pretty strange. And then it was otherwise just like, a few days before and a few days after of a bad cold. To be honest, I've had worse colds. I had a worse cold a couple of months before. This is Neutrogena Hardcore Heavy Green to cover up this bad boy on my nose. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're gonna go this whole frickin' area, a little bit in this area, a little bit on my chin. Because the whole thing, it's not just spot coverage, it's half your frickin' face. Now we just give that a second to sit. So, also around that time we were having our floors completely redone. I'm talking about tile pulled up, concrete ground down, carpet pulled up in the bedrooms. Worst timing ever award goes to Omicron, January 2022. You got plans? I got you, boo. It's funny, the flooring guys gave 0 Fs. They were like, oh, we don't care. We'll wear masks. You're gonna hang out in the back bedroom with the dogs. And we got a schedule to keep. And so there was no resting because all you could hear was concrete being ground down and tile being pulled up, with like the clunk, 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 clunk. And people coming in and out of the house and the dogs barking, trying to alert me that there is danger, I must protect you. So it was craziness, absolutely craziness for the second half of January, between recovery, I don't know about you, but I'm that kind of person where my anxiety and my OCD revolve around scheduling and planning. And when that gets messed up, I lose it. I'm so affected by that. Even though I had recovered physically from having COVID, I slipped into a malaise, a fugue state. I couldn't reschedule with my tattoo artist until March. Thus, I couldn't start Accutane for 2 months. I still haven't started it, obviously. I'm hoping to start on Monday. My tattoo is almost completely healed. I'm gonna have my dermatologist take a look at it on Monday. My neck area is the only area that scabbed up out of 3 sessions, and as my tattoo artist told me it would, she predicted that one, because we move our neck all the time. And so it didn't have the chance to heal like a flat back surface did. Much harder to take care of. And so I'm gonna have my dermatologist take a look at that on our appointment on Monday and let me know how she feels about getting started on Accutane on the dose that she originally prescribed, and see if we can get on with our plan. So all of my plans in place for 2022 got put on hold. And that just derailed everything for me. It just pissed me off. I went into this fugue state where I kind of did the bare minimum, taking care of my family, taking care of my clients, and not a whole lot else, to be honest. I didn't go above and beyond on my own personal training. I kind of slipped into this basic of nutrition, soothing myself with food, and just, not doing great. Not really going above and beyond, just doing the bare minimum and not much else. And I'm just going to let that be. It is what it is. It was what it was. Could have been better. Could have been a whole lot worse, right? Screw it. It is. It's over. It's done. So, on a side note, the floors look gorgeous. We did that luxury vinyl plank stuff that looks like real wood, but it's actually waterproof and scratch-proof and dog-proof. Funniest side effect of that is the dogs have no traction, and anybody who knows me in our household knows that the dogs rush the door. Anybody comes in or out, or when they love you and want to see you, or anytime the wind blows or whatever. And so that's been the most hilarious side effect ever. Bronx has no traction. The boxer, you can see his butt right over there by Echo's face. And so he'll try and jump off the couch and then hit that corner to go to the front door, and he can't. It's like a cartoon. Funniest thing ever. So, floors look gorgeous. All of that was worth it. We also had to pull off baseboards, sand them, paint them. It was a huge project, and all of that while having COVID, while being in a malaise. It was bull crap. So I didn't post on Instagram. I didn't post on Facebook. I disappeared off the face of the social media world. However, during that time, I was still connecting with my clients, still building my remote coaching business, still taking on new leads. Now I'm setting this green stuff with powder. so that I don't pull it off when I put my foundation layer on. Okay, so setting it with a crap ton of powder. I use NYX Mineral in a nice neutral light color. Since I know y'all care, this is a makeup video now, okay? That's what we're doing now. Because this is my freaking life. So that was my late January. February turned into work. I took on a bunch of new clients at Snap, and ironically enough, a couple of them were directly from either my previous life as a the work that I used to do with my dad at Summit Hut, and or people keeping in touch with me through my Facebook and Instagram, which is so ironic because even though I put so much work and effort into that, I kind of always felt like it never really did much for me. And it's work. It's hard work. You know, you post every day, you take videos all the time. I never feel comfortable being that girl. I never like holding up a phone on myself and like, nah, you know, documenting and showcase my life. I just don't feel like I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I'm somebody, I don't feel like necessarily worth showcasing, but I'm nobody. I'm just me. Anyway, during that month, I had no less than 5 or 6 people tell me that they got something of value out of my social media, that they got nutritional information, that they got motivation, that they got inspiration out of my content. I'm like, come on, universe, shut up. Fine, I'm gonna get back to work, I promise. You know what I mean? It was really freaking cool. It was what I needed to hear from the universe. And it meant a lot to me. It really did. So, here's your sign, as Bill Engvall used to say in the 90s. Anyhow, then we had springtime starting up here. We had spring break coming for the kids. All right, time to put on some foundation. I used to love Charlotte Tilbury, but that shit's expensive. ColourPop, pretty fresh, $9. You can buy 4 or 5 different bottles, find your shade, mix and match. Love it. Go light up on the forehead because I don't have any blemishes up there. Go heavy AF on the lower half of my body where I look like a prepubescent boy just hitting puberty. And then on the neck, because you don't just stop at your neckline. This isn't the 90s. We've learned. You gotta blend that shit down lower. You gotta make it seem like this is your skin all the way down. And then you rub it in from your brush. Rub it on a towel here that I have ready to go so that your brushes stay pretty clean. You're gonna clean those more often than you think you should so you don't spread stupid face bacteria all around and keep this problem going even more so than you should. So, starting out March, kind of felt like I was coming out of my stasis, coming out of my fugue state and like I needed to get back to work. But then guess what happened? I got crazy busy. I hit what's called platinum level with my coaching business, my remote coaching business, which means I had tons of clients, I was getting tons of leads, and I was doing crazy work on that platform. I'm really, really excited about it. I love it. It's so much fun, and I've hit a stride where I've got it down to like an art. I check in with my clients every morning. I make sure that they have all the workouts and all the support that they need. I work with a bunch of those clients with weekly calls, and with some of them I'm doing more therapy during those weekly calls, and with a master's degree in psychology I felt like I was very well prepared for that. With some of them we do workouts, and I love it. It's great reaching people all across the country and with all different backgrounds and diversities. I've got one guy who lives out of an RV with his wife, and they are currently traveling the nation and working remotely. Right now they're in the Grand Canyon. Before last week and Friday, they were skiing in Denver, and he's doing workouts out the back of the RV with a set of dumbbells and resistance bands, and it's just super freaking cool. So I'm loving that part of it. It's really cool having reached those goals that I set myself at the end of last year when I had literally 2 or 3 clients, and now I've got 12 or 13. And I want to continue to grow that. I want more, I can handle more, and I'm getting great at it. So kudos there. And then Snap is growing as well. The clients that I actually have physically I'm to a point now where I can only take clients who can work out at a very specific time slot during the day, because otherwise I'm booked. And if we're being honest, I have taken 2 years since the COVID shutdowns to build that business back up again when I lost everything from the original pandemic shutdowns. And that feels really good, because man, that was hard. That was really hard. I lost all my business. It's taken me 2 years to build it back up. So that feels great. So there's my little update there. Now we're blending all of that in. You tap it, tap it, tap it. Make sure it looks like your skin all the way down the neck. You don't go over your under eyes though, because we are closer to 40 than 35. And the crease is real. You leave your eyes alone. We're gonna go over concealer. Go over that with concealer later. Okay, so leave that alone. We'll make that look pretty. See how much better that looks? Doesn't look like a mask anymore. It actually looks like skin. And look at that, no green. We'll put a layer of concealer over it. It'll look even better. But it's all covered up. And now look at that. Blemishes be gone. We're gonna get to the point soon, hopefully, where I don't have to do all this shit. I can go out without feeling so self-conscious. So a little background on my acne. I had no skin problems when I was a teenager, nothing. I was one of the lucky ones. I've never been more appreciative of that until now. I would get more cold sores around my lips and inside my mouth during puberty, and the doctor said, yeah, that happens, believe it or not. It's still a skin membrane. Happens with puberty, happens with stress, that kind of thing, just like with skin. But I got really lucky with my skin. Cut to 11 years ago, my sweet baby son Silas being born. In the delivery room, as I'm pushing out a baby, I felt it. I pushed out a cluster, this huge cluster of blemishes on my chin. I literally remember feeling it throbbing. I didn't have an epidural on my chin, right? I was very well aware of what was happening. And I talked to my doctors about it afterwards, because I just started breaking out from there since then. And everyone agrees that for some women, your hormone level shifts completely after pregnancy. Some women lose their hair. Some women get dry, brittled skin, flaking skin. And some women will have post-pregnancy acne, like you were a teenager again. And it's usually in the same areas as when you were a teenager, along the jaw, along the temples, sometimes forehead only. Very predictable. Sometimes it's worse around your cycle. Sometimes it's pretty indiscriminate. It's just always there, and that's mine. Just always there. Mine started out in cycles, kind of going through waves. Sometimes worse than others throughout the month, just depending. And now, honestly, nope, it's just bad all the damn time. And my dermatologist, my dear friend Tabitha, and I agreed that now the scarring is starting to get really bad, and it's starting to literally affect my life. And so we went through the retinols, we went through everything topical, we went through non-prescription, we've been through the prescriptions, we've literally been through, now this has nothing to do with acne, this has to do with I'm a mom and I'm tired and I have insomnia, okay? So we've been through everything else that we could go through. Just like with green stuff, you let this sit for a second, let it get a little tacky, and then we'll rub that in. Tap it. We tap it in. And now we're to the point of Accutane. So in case y'all have not had to have this experience with yourself or with your teenagers, Accutane is like the last train stop for acne treatment. It is still vitamin A, just like retinol. However, you take it orally. It's a pill. It's serious medication, incredibly serious. I'm going to document this whole thing with y'all. I'm going to take a video every month and let you know how things are going, document everything. I'm going to take pictures throughout the week. I want to be really transparent about this. You see tons of videos on YouTube and online about Accutane with teenagers and in their 20s, and very few with folks in their late 30s and almost 40s. So I'm going to do it, because why not? I think that there is certainly some people out there who are going through this, and I want to be transparent about it, because why the heck not? We already went through this together, right? May as well. Some of the side effects are incredibly serious, including birth defects. And so because of that, there's a federal agency involved with making sure that you're on at least 2 forms of birth control while you're taking Accutane. You have to check in with a federal agency every month. You have to take a birth control test, or I'm sorry, you have to take a pregnancy test in your doctor's office, under supervision basically, every single month. You have to do blood work every month because it can negatively affect your cholesterol and your liver. And it can also cause depression and anxiety, suicidality. It's a very serious medication, so they monitor you, they watch you, they want to keep you on the lowest dose possible for the shortest amount of time possible to get you relief and to get you positive effects. Having said all that, though they can't say this because we all know how medical professionals are and how medications work and just how we know the name of the game when it comes to shit like this, unless you have PCOS, for folks who don't know, that means polycystic ovarian syndrome, which causes growth of hair, multiple cysts on the ovaries in women that causes it wreaks hormonal havoc in women. It's painful. It's a very serious, detrimental, just really rough disease for women to have. And it causes acne, hair growth, pain. It's a really intense, situation to be in. So unless you have PCOS, Accutane can cure acne. Again, they can't say stuff like that because who knows? If you've got bad luck, then maybe you are one of the unlucky ones and this won't work for you. Some people have to go through 2 different trials of Accutane before it can cure their acne. But for the majority of the population, this doesn't. It works. And oh my gosh, am I ready? I'm ready to be done with this, guys. This is I'm at 22 minutes now, just to get a base layer on to cover all that shit. I'm done. I don't like it. I'm over it. I want to wear makeup because it's fun, once in a while, because I'm going out with my husband or with my girlfriends. I want to do a little bit of concealer, a little bit of eye makeup, and be ready. Just the last little bit for funsies, because it's cute. Because I just got a new eye palette and I want to wear some cute little colors. Something like that. Not because I need to put on 3 different layers to cover up cystic style acne that literally hurts when you touch it. That goes so deep that it takes 6 months to heal. It's bullshit. I'm over this. So anyhow, that's how Accutane works. The other major side effect, and this is literally how it works to clear everything up for you, is intense dry skin. And I mean intense. They've got me prepping now by using basically all the products that you would never use, that I've never used for the last 11 years, for combination or oily skin, which you don't use when you have acne. You use all of the acne-prone stuff, or I'm sorry, the dry skin stuff, right? So you don't use stuff for dry skin because you don't have dry skin when you have acne. You usually have oily prone skin. So I'm using creamy, rich stuff. I'm using oils. I'm using lip balm all the damn time, keeping my lips as hydrated as possible. It dries out every surface of your body. Lips, eyes, every surface of your body. To the point that you can have cracked, bleeding lips and different things like that. It's gonna be worth it. I want this so damn badly. But you just have to be smart about it. Don't go into it blind. I've watched every damn YouTube video under the sun, sometimes twice. I've got all the products stored under my sink. I'm ready. I'm excited. Ironically enough, my dermatologist and friend has personal experience. Her skin is now gorgeous, but there was a period of time for about 4 to 6 months where she never stopped putting on chapstick. Now I understand. I get it. It all makes sense. And now you never see her wearing foundation unless she's going out or doing something. And it just glows on her. She's luminous. It's beautiful. That's what I want. It's going to happen. So, We have now applied the foundation, the concealer, all of the good stuff. This is just the base, y'all. We're gonna powder this bish up, set it, the eyes, and all of this gorgeous glory down in here, and especially this big guy. We gotta keep that set for the day. And this will last me literally all day. I don't have an issue with it melting off. Like I said, I've got this down to a freaking science. I have done the market research. I've watched the damn videos. Alright. And then, once you do all this stupid crap, you gotta go back and put some color in your face. Because otherwise, you look like a ghost. So, needless to say, I'm going to do my best to get back on track, to post the things, to do the inspiration. I'm eating much better. I'm working out consistently again, walking the dogs. Check out these oh so supportive creatures. I redid my room to match a little better with the carpet. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this guy. Gorgeous. Little house on the moon. Our carpet is gorgeous. It's all clean. We got a new vacuum for it. The floors look stunning. I'm obsessed. And it was just a good excuse to jumpstart and recharge my malaised self. And I'm excited for that. So that's my promise to you. I'm back. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. And I love y'all. So this was my update. This was my my first makeup video. First makeup tutorial. I use almost exclusively drugstore brands because I hate spending money on a what's that word, like a usable product, you know what I mean, like something that you use every single freaking day and then disappears literally before your eyes. The most expensive product that I invested in long term was foundation. And I really liked the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, but they discontinued it, and it was $45 a bottle. I can't justify that long term. We middle class. That shit's expensive. I'd rather spend my money on other things. Like new tapestries, new pretty curtains. Well, I'll show you my new pretty curtains too. They're gorgeous. Not makeup that you literally watch disappear in front of your eyes every single day. I know people contour their noses too, and I have a big old nose, but I just don't freaking care. My ancestors gave me this nose, and my hooded eyes, and I like them. So we're not gonna hide them. I don't care how trendy it is, plus I don't freaking get it. I'm not good at it. It always looks like dirty to me. Like, Ron, you've got dirt on your nose, just there. Did no one tell you? I always feel like that, like I got dirt on my nose. Like Ron Weasley. Okay, there's a little color back in them cheeks. That's better. Okay. So, we are gonna have time to finish up this video, finish up the makeup, go grab some quick lunch. I'm gonna do a grilled chicken salad over at Saguaro Grillers today because I had steak and eggs for breakfast. Some delicious, their skirt steak over at Mr. Toro's. I did that like carne asada style with some eggs and cowboy onions. It was delicious. So I like to balance that out with a nice salad for lunch. And then we got glutes, hams, and quads today. It is an intense workout. I'm doing a pre-programmed routine for this month so that I don't have to think too hard about my own programming while I'm thinking too hard about everybody else's. It's the Peaches program by what's-her-name CrossFitter. I'll think of it and I'll post it below. And man, does it work. It definitely makes your buns a-burning. Then you can think of it as, what do you do after contour? I don't know what this is. Bronzer. I just like to set it once you do something with cream, it's a good idea to set it with powder so that it stays there throughout the day. Once again, NYX, NYX, drugstore brand. You can buy it at Walgreens right up the road. Don't have to drive into town, as we say. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Right on the high cheekbones so that it makes you look so couture. Yeah, it's right up there. Then you go back in and you tap it in. Just tap it in. Tap, 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 tap. And then I got a couple clients this afternoon. Kids are doing horse camp and day camp because it's our second half of spring break. Oh, that was another update. So for the first half of spring break, we had such a fun trip up in Northeast Mesa. There's like an old working dude ranch that they converted into a guest ranch. And there's still a horse stable and, horse style type things going on like right on the property. It's a 2 or 3 minute walk. And then they converted the rest of it into like a little oasis in the desert type of thing. They got a heated pool. There's hiking all the way around. They have these huge sprawling lawns, and because it's right off of Saguaro Lake, which is a dammed part of the Salt River, there's tons of water, and so the desert is lush and beautiful, and they have those beautiful lawns. And otherwise, like no TVs in the room, very spotty Wi-Fi. You have no choice but to go outside and play, and we had so much damn fun. We did a couple days of horseback riding, some hiking, and then lots of playing on the grass and swimming and lying around and doing nothing. It was fabulous. However, if I do say so, my favorite part was during the horseback riding while we were up there by the stables. There's this big chestnut named Bob. And Bob loved attention, and he loved my nails. Not only do they look pretty, but they're functional for Bob, his thick coat. So I got in there really good on his shoulder, just like you would a dog. And just like a dog where you found the spot, he was like, oh yeah, right there, doing the neck thing and making silly frickin' faces, just like our boxer dog Bronx does. And it was the funniest damn thing. I'm not like around horses a lot, so I'm not very comfortable. I am very much aware that they outweigh me by like 4 tons. And this horse you could not help but get comfortable with. Doesn't nip at you, doesn't, rush towards you or anything like that. And it was like a big dog. It was so stinking fun. The ongoing joke, because our dogs sit on the couch, and Bronx saddles up like right next to you and leans. You put his, your arm around him, and my husband gives us a lot of shit about that. He's like, that's my girl, get off her. So the ongoing joke around the house, my dad said, was that Joe's going to come home from work one of these days and there's going to be Bob on one side and Bronx on the other. And we're going to be like, don't move. He won't notice us. But I fell in love with Bob. He was the cutest damn thing. Well, I mean, not little though. He was like 8 feet tall. He was huge. Big old chestnut horse. They would always saddle him up when they had one of the big Phoenicians coming in, like big dudes. 200-pound plus dudes would ride Bob. They wouldn't let me ride him. He was so pretty. And the kids had a blast. My parents had a blast. And the way this ranch works is they feed you breakfast, like this really yummy ranch-style breakfast. And everybody sits together in the, like a common rec room, just like camp when you were a kid. It was really fun, actually. And then otherwise, you're on your own for meals, and there's no kitchen in the room. So, you bring sandwich fixins. They do have a little fridge and a microwave. Bring sandwich fixins and snacks and stuff like that. Then you got to drive into town, once again we call it, for dinner. And so we got to meet with some family that we haven't seen in a while, go to some restaurants, and then drive the 20 minutes back out. It was really nice. It was perfect. So if you're ever in Northeast Mesa, Arizona, and you want a little getaway, but still close enough to town, Saguaro Lake Guest Ranch. I highly recommend them. It was a great trip. Check it out, man. Okay. And that, y'all, is how I do my makeup. I will continue on this journey by myself to do some eyes and brows and bling it up a little more. But thank you for going on this journey with me and listening to my updates and for letting me, as I'm saying this week, jump back into the saddle. All right, if I see you at Snap, it's great to see y'all. Great to be back at work after my little break. And if I see you in the digital social worlds, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for clicking on my links. Thanks for being here with me on this journey. And I do enjoy it. I do like it. And maybe I needed the break. So thank you for allowing me that. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day, great week. And I'm going to get this video edited, get it up, get it posted, and get back on track. All right, let's do this. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Adios.